A couple weeks ago, I watched a video on YouTube and it was titled something along the lines of, I'm 35 years old and I'm a loser. And it's about this guy who he got laid off back in 2024. And since then, he's been unemployed. He's been trying to find a job and he hasn't had any luck. And he talks about how he feels like a failure because he's unemployed and he felt that he was working a dead end job and now he doesn't have any like good skills, and that's like the reason why he's unemployed, because he doesn't have any good skills to you know that's transferable to a new job. And while I wasn't necessarily able to relate to that, I still watched the whole video, and this was like 45 minutes of this guy just talking straight to the camera. There was like no editing. It was just raw footage of him talking about his current situation and what he's going through. And I really appreciated it. I really enjoyed watching it because he was just authentic about his current situation, what he's going through. Most of the stuff I see on YouTube, I like to watch a lot of vlogs and day in the life videos. And normally most people, and this includes myself, when we're making videos, we try to romanticize our lives and we try to showcase it to where it looks very fun and exciting. So this video of the 35-year-old, it was a different kind of video that I don't normally watch on YouTube. But watching him talk about his life gave me a lot of inspiration to do more of these videos where I'm just talking to the camera. And hearing him talk about his whole job search and everything, it made me think about how I would define success. And for most people, the obvious one is like, if you make a lot of money, if you are in a stable career that pays well and it's a job that you're passionate about doing, a lot of people will define success that way. And another one that people will define it is, your relationships that you've made throughout your life. If you have a loving family, if you have a partner that you love very much, if you have lots of friends, just a lot of people that love you and respect you. And I definitely agree with that as well. But if there's one more thing that I could add to this, you can just ask yourself one simple question. Just ask yourself, are you living a peaceful life? And to me, that's really important, because if I'm not living a peaceful life, that means I'm living a life where I'm constantly stressed out and worried and unhappy. So, using like the career and job example, I could be working a job that pays well, right? But if this well-paying job is at the expense of me having to put in so many hours at work, and I just feel underappreciated, and I have a manager who isn't respecting me and doesn't appreciate what I'm doing, then at the end of the day, is it, am I happy? Am I living a peaceful life? The answer is going to be no, because I'm going to be stressed out all the time, and I'm going to get burnt out. So that's not really living a peaceful life, right? And then, with the relationships, let's say I have a romantic partner who, let's say, like, they're like toxic, right? And we get into arguments and we don't see eye to eye, and even though I'm putting in like all this effort, and they still don't really appreciate what I'm doing, am I living a peaceful life? No, because in that situation, like, I would be like so stressed out and have so much anxiety because of that relationship. And because of that, I wouldn't be living a peaceful life. So, yeah, like the career is important, right? You need money to live, right? Relationships are important. Yeah, that's good. But, if you're not living a peaceful life, you're not going to be happy, and you're just going to be stressed and worried all the time. But I mean, if I were to ask myself right now, like, if I'm living a peaceful life, I would say, yeah, I'm pretty happy right now. So yeah, just wanted to talk more about, the video that I watched recently that inspired me to do more of these videos, and how I define success.